John Lennon's well-known saying about things ultimately turning out fine reflects his deep faith in hope, endurance, and patience. That outlook did not appear in isolation. It was shaped by his own life experiences, including sudden fame, personal grief, artistic pressure, and complicated family relationships. His words invite readers to explore how those struggles influenced the philosophy he shared with the world. Decades after his death, Lennon's message still resonates across generations, offering a quiet sense of reassurance rooted in lived experience. The idea that situations eventually resolve themselves captures a mindset Lennon developed through years of loss, intense public attention, creative triumphs, and internal conflict. Rather than functioning as a simple motivational phrase, the sentiment expresses a belief in resilience and the understanding that life's hardships are temporary stages rather than final outcomes. At its heart, the message is about maintaining perspective during difficult moments. Lennon's outlook suggests that pain, failure, or uncertainty should not be viewed as permanent states. When life feels unstable, his thinking encourages people to remember that circumstances change over time. What feels overwhelming in the present may later be understood as a brief chapter instead of a definitive end. The idea becomes stronger when viewed as a rejection of the tendency to treat setbacks as conclusions. Lennon's perspective implies that unresolved pain means the story is still in progress. This approach does not dismiss hardship but instead reframes it, promoting perseverance without denying the reality of struggle. It is a balance he often sought in both his music and his public life. How Lennon's life shaped this outlook. Lennon's personal history gives credibility to this philosophy. Growing up in an unstable environment, he lost his mother during his teenage years, an event that left lasting emotional scars and a fear of abandonment. Worldwide fame with the Beatles brought extraordinary success, but also immense pressure, controversy, and inner turmoil. According to IMDb, after years of performing in Liverpool and Hamburg, the sudden surge of Beatlemania in the early 1960s transformed Lennon almost overnight into one of the most recognizable figures on the planet. Even at the height of success, Lennon faced significant backlash, including protests over his remarks on religion and harsh criticism of his political views. Eventually, the Beatles stopped touring and shifted their focus to the studio, using it as a space to reinvent their sound. Albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and the White Album reflected both bold experimentation and emotional tension. These periods reinforced Lennon's belief that meaningful growth often comes through discomfort rather than ease. Personal change, honesty, and acceptance. Following the breakup of the Beatles, Lennon's relationship and creative partnership with Yoko Ono marked another major shift in his life. Although their early experimental projects failed to gain commercial success, Lennon prioritized creative truth over public approval. His solo albums, particularly Imagine and John Lennon/Plastic Ono Band, openly exposed his anger, vulnerability, and aspirations. His official website notes that Lennon viewed emotional and intellectual honesty as an artist's primary responsibility, even when it provoked criticism. Later, Lennon stepped away from public life to focus on his family, becoming a full-time parent after the birth of his son, Sean. This period of domestic stability softened his perspective. When he returned to music with Double Fantasy, his work reflected a calmer acceptance of life, expressing optimism grounded in realism rather than idealistic rebellion. Lennon's murder in 1980 abruptly cut short a life that was still evolving, but his words continue to provide clarity and comfort. His message serves as a reminder that uncertainty is not the same as failure and that unresolved situations are often transitions rather than defeats. Coming from someone who experienced extreme highs and lows, the sentiment carries authenticity rather than sounding like a cliché. Beyond his music, Lennon's cultural and social influence remains widely acknowledged. His official website highlights the many honors he received both during his lifetime and after his death, including multiple Grammy Awards, 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards, several Brit Awards, and an Academy Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame, later earning a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2008, Rolling Stone ranked him among the 5 greatest singers of all time, reinforcing his enduring significance not only as a performer but as a songwriter whose ideas continue to shape popular music and public thought long after his passing.